Getting the facts right. This is WCTI News Channel 12 at 5.
Breaking news tonight, a massive search. More than 200 law enforcement officers from 14 agencies are looking for 3-year-old Mariah Woods, now nearly 3 days since her mother says she last saw the child.
And just about 90 minutes ago, Onslow County Sheriff Hans Miller made another strong appeal to the public.
So right now, we're asking that citizens, all of you, people of this community, search the areas that they're familiar with around their own homes, where they live, where they are very familiar with the area, for any clues that helps us find Mariah.
And our team coverage continues tonight with News Channel 12 crews in Onslow County.
We began with Mariah Moore outside Mariah Woods' home along Dawson Cabin Road.
That's right, day 3 here at Dawson Cabin Road, and Sheriff Miller told us investigators have combed hundreds of acres here, and still the location of Mariah Woods remains a mystery this hour. Now, barely an hour before this afternoon's press conference, I did observe a dive team pulling out of High Hill Road, which is right off of here at Dawson Cabin Road, and that road was closed to traffic for about an hour this afternoon. And when Sheriff Miller at the press conference was asked if anything turned up in that search, here's what he said.
We're not releasing it to the public at this point.
Now, the FBI did mention that Verona Southwest is still an area of interest, and Verona Southwest is off of High Hill Road. They are encouraging residents who live in that area to comb through their own properties, and if they see anything suspicious, to let the Sheriff's Department know. Reporting live in Onslow County, Mariah Moore, News Channel 12.
Okay, Mariah, and Mariah Woods' father has watched all this develop from a distance. Alex Woods lives in Onslow County. We did speak with him again today at his home. He says he's wondering what his little girl might be thinking right now, and of course, if she's okay.
Still feeling lost, you know, wanting my baby, you know. I mean, it feels unreal still. Like, I don't know, just don't feel right. I mean, I want my baby back.
Alex Woods and Mariah's mother, Christy, also have 2 sons together. Alex Woods says the boys are with Christy's mother right now.
And now let's walk you through some aerial footage of the neighborhood, the main search area here. This is Mariah's neighborhood along Dawson Cabin Road. Lots of law enforcement vehicles parked outside today. There you see 2 investigators going inside, going up the porch railing here. They'll go on inside. Now, we do want to point out they've done this many times today. This is a heavily wooded area. Take a look at the tree line back here behind those mobile homes. Lots of neighbors. You will see several mobile homes and other homes scattered throughout this community. So it gives you kind of a bird's eye view of the area that police and other law enforcement agencies are searching right now. Lots of investigators out today combing through the area in hopes of finding the 3-year-old girl. Also, the other major development today involved these pictures taken from the Walmart in Morehead City. Investigators released them just before midnight, saying it was possible the girl you see here was Mariah, but it wasn't. We caught up with the woman from the picture. Her name is Jetta Long, and she's from Newport.
They've contacted me, and we have scheduled a time to meet with the police to resolve all this. I understand that the child who is missing wears braces. Well, my daughter was born with a short leg, so I understand that because of my daughter's statue and my daughter's hair color that she could be mistaken for that child. And I'm not upset. If I was in her shoes, I would be doing anything possible.
Sheriff Hans Miller confirmed in his news conference today that Jetta and her daughter are not related to the case.
Now, longtime Eastern North Carolina District Attorney David McFadden is joining us here tonight to offer some legal expert context to this entire story, which has so many angles, David, and twists and turns right now. First of all, just some general observations from you about how this investigation is going.
Well, I think the encouraging sign is the fact that the sheriff has reached out and has gotten a lot of help from a lot of different agencies, 14 different agencies at this point. We know they're conducting physical searches for the child. We also know that they're doing extensive background investigations. They're still looking I believe in working on filling in their timeline, which is critical in an investigation like this. Account for every minute, not just from the time the crime was reported, but you go backwards in time and you build a timeline, you fill it in. There's no question they are probably getting hundreds and hundreds of leads. Those leads have to be investigated. Takes a lot of time. I think it's encouraging that the law enforcement agencies are taking their time at this point. They're not releasing too much information, because that can be critical in an investigation, kind of holding your cards close to your chest, keeping the information you have, because they know there are persons that know what happened to this child and where this child is.
David, I know you've prosecuted similar cases over years, 25 years as a prosecutor. We want to ask you about those a little later on in the news tonight.
Okay, thanks, David, and we will ask you to stand by, join us for more in-depth conversation later in this newscast. We are continuing our coverage, News Channel 12, all of the breaking details in the search for Mariah Woods. Get updates on the News Channel 12 app, our website, WCTI12.com, and our Facebook page. Watch for overnight developments on News Channel 12 beginning at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, we thought it would be in everyone's best interest for me to step down as basketball coach here at East Carolina.
Happening within the last hour, ECU basketball coach Jeff Lebo resigned.
Well, Brian North's been on top of this story all afternoon for us. He's here now with all the details.
Well, I'll tell you, Wes, it all happened rather quickly. Around 3 o'clock, we were alerted to a news conference happening at 4:30, and that's when we learned Jeff Lebo was stepping down as the Pirates basketball coach. This was the start of his 8th season in Greenville. He won a school record 116 games, but the Pirates hadn't had a winning season since 2013. He was coming under fire, and ECU was 2-4 so far this year.
This place has given me new life. When I was at a low point in my career, I've poured my heart and soul into this place. I love East Carolina. I love Greenville. We plan on staying here and living here. We love this community. We educated our kids here. This has been a fiber for our family.
His son, a star basketball player at J.H. Rose, but now Michael Perry takes over on an interim basis. If you remember, he filled in for Jeff Lebo for 14 games last year when Lebo had hip surgery. The Pirates back in action at Minji's Coliseum tomorrow night when they host UNC Wilmington. We'll wait and see if Perry is the long-term solution or if the Pirates look for someone else.
Around the region, here's what we're looking at. The sunset just sliding below the horizon now from Carteret Community College camera as you take a look at Morehead City. And the temperatures out there continue to be very nice for this time of year. At this hour, we're still the 60s. Normally the daytime high in the middle of the afternoon is only about 63 for this time of year. Many of you made it up to near 70 today, but we're dry on radar right now. When we come back, I'll show you a cold front headed in our direction and how that may impact you coming up in just a couple minutes.
It's a big break for authorities in Tampa investigating a series of murders.
And police say they have found the man who recently killed those people. Coming up on News Channel 12 at 5.